Hello, this is Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting. Thank you for joining me today. And today, oh, what have I done with it? There's our project, sorry. Usually have that ready to show you when I come on here. This is our project today. A little honeybee card with a little hive there, and a little flower and some honeycomb behind here. Really nice, I love it. And this is what we're going to make today. So what am I going to do? First of all, I'm going to take a card blank, which is my normal size, so it's 14.5 centimetres this way by 21, and I've scored it at 10.5. I'll try and put the measurements in inches on my blog. And then need a black panel, which is going to be just 0.5 centimetre all round, smaller than the card blank, so that's going to fit in there, and with a little white border showing. So I'm going to stick that one down. We're then going to need a layer of DSP. The papers I'm using are from the Celebration catalogue. I've used 2 different papers from the set, Gold and Honey, and if you spend £45 you can get the papers absolutely free, which is a really good deal. These are packs of speciality papers, usually sell I think for £13. So if you spend £45 and you get a free pack of papers that's worth £13, that is a real bargain. So that's our card base. We then need a bit of designer paper. So this is from the Gold and Honey set. Let me just quickly show you in the... Oh, I've lost the catalogue. Hang on a sec. Lost the Celebration. This is the Celebration brochure. This is only the first lot of stuff because there's some second release coming soon. But this is the papers, so you spend £45 on anything. You can spend that on anything in any of the catalogues, and you can get these papers for free. 12 sheets, double-sided, foiled on one side, black and white images on the other side. Really lovely papers. If you bought the Honeybee bundle, which is the stamps and the dies, that's £38.50, so you're not far off getting your £45 to get your papers for free. Anyway, I've made mine. Mine is slightly too big, I think, because my card base that I was working with was big. It's fine that way, but I'm just going to use my little trimmer. Love, love, love this little trimmer. Only way to get it at the minute is to join my team, is to join Stampin' Up and buy the starter kit. Really is so useful. I think if they ever sold it, it would go a storm because it's such a useful little trimmer. Right, and that's going to go on there, but I'm not going to stick that yet because we're going to do some embellishing on there first. So what we're first going to do, we're going to take another piece of the DSP. So this one had a black and white image on the back. This one's got grid tags, but I'm using this one today, and I've cut it. It is 3 centimetres deep, and just a bit longer than my DSP because I want it to overlap so that I can trim it off and make the edges really nice and neat. A little bit of Tombow I'm using here. I get a lot of questions about people using glue, actually, and people saying that when they use PVA. I've had another question this week from lovely Anthony, who started following me, and saying that they're not getting good results, that their paper wrinkles and things, and I'm going to do a video on that soon. I will reply to anybody that asks me personally, but I am going to do a video on it because I do get a lot of questions about what glue and why some glues work better than others. Mainly it's because it's not good enough quality glue, I have to say, or good enough quality card. Right there, now I need to stretch over here. Now you can see on my card I used our crinkle daffodil yellow ribbon, but making these cards I completely ran out. So today I'm going to use our Gold Shimmer ribbon, which is retired, I'm afraid. It was in the Christmas catalogue, but it will go nicely with this card, and you can use any alternative. There's loads of ribbons that you could use as an alternative if you can't get your hands on this. There we go. So I just need a bit of ribbon, and I'm going to use a little bit of tear and tape. Have I got my tear and tape out? It's not in the drawer. Where have I put it? Oh, where is my tear and tape gone? I put it in the wrong drawer. Oh, there we go. Help if I put it in the right drawer, wouldn't it? So that I knew where to look for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a piece of tear and tape. I hope this is going to not be too wide for this ribbon. It was fine for the crinkle ribbon. You don't really want it showing on either side. Don't want to use those scissors because those are my ribbon scissors. Don't want to use those. And there we go. So I'm taking my tweezers to get the backing off the ribbon. It's quite a busy card for me. Those of you who've followed me for a while will know I like clean and simple, but I quite like this combination of products, so I went with it. Pushed myself out of my comfort zone a little bit. Right, I'm then going to come in and I'm going to trim all of that off level with the DSP so we get a nice crisp edge. I'm not bending my ribbon round at the edges. I tend not to do that because it gives it a bit of bulk and I find it doesn't lie particularly flat. There we go. And now I can mount my panel onto my black. Excellent. There we go. Just need to have a quick look at my camera, see how we're doing for time. That's all right. That's fine. I've got plenty of time. There we go. So that panel goes on there. So we've already got 3, 4, 5 panels here. White, black, DSP, DSP ribbon. 5 panels. We're now going to put another panel on, or another layer on. We're going to use the hive from the honeybee set. Here's the honeybee set. So you've got all these lovely stamps, the little bee, the big bee, the flowers going either way, and the hive, and then all these lovely greetings. Thank you, hello, thinking of you, my sweet friend, wishing you sunshine and happiness. And then the dies, which coordinates. So we've got big bee and little bee. So this big bee coordinates with the stamp, but also with the DSP. So you can cut bees out with that. Flowers also, you can see where I have used the DSP here to cut out the bees and the flowers for my card, which is such a great idea. So anyway, today we're using the hive. So I used the hive, stamped it in Versamark and gold, heat embossed it in gold, and then die cut it with the die. I'm not going to do all that on camera today. I've got it all ready. So I'm going to mount that here. So I'm going to take some dimensionals. Got a fairly new pack here. I always cut them in half because I'm a bit unwieldy otherwise. So this is half a sheet of dimensionals. There we go. Put a few on there. I'm just going to put 1 or 2 in the middle just so that it doesn't collapse in the middle. Going through the post, they can get handled quite roughly sometimes. So there we go. Got to take all these backing off. Sorry, not exactly thrilling watching, is it? Just watching me take backing off dimensionals, but we'll be there in a sec. I love this hive embossed in gold. It's really, really pretty. And there, and I'm going to put it just lower than the DSP, like that. Okay, we then need a couple of bees, and like I said, I die cut the bees using the die from this paper, and I've got them in a little dish here ready to go. And I'm actually going to use something that I rarely use, which is one of our big dimensionals, but they actually plonk right in the middle of the bee and will give them good support. These are my last big dimensionals. I'm going to have to buy a new pack. That's going to go on my next order, I think. There we go. Love them. There we go. So I'm going to put 1 down the bottom here, hanging over a little bit, and I'm going to put 1 at the top here, again hanging over a little bit. They're my 2 bees. Now you can see I've also got a flower here, so I'm going to take the flower, again the flower that I die cut from this paper using one of the dies, and I am going to take half size dimensionals. So where I've cut the thing in half, which will be big enough to just put on some of these leaves, like so. There we go, another one. There we go. Right, and then just take the backing off those, and this is just going to sit behind the hive to the side, just to add a bit of interest to that side of the card, like so. So I hope you're all taking advantage of Celebration, because it is such an amazing offer. The spending offer is great. If you spend £45 you get a free gift. The joining offer is even more amazing, where you get the normal joining offer, which is £130 worth of goods for just £99. But you also, at the moment, get the mini cutter. You get a pack of pattern papers, 48 sheets of pattern papers from the current catalogue. So lots and lots of lovely designs, double-sided 6x6 papers. And you also get to choose an extra stamp set of your own choice. So there's lots and lots to love about that. Right, okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to put a little hello, and this is from the stamp set. So I stamped this onto with Versamark onto black and then embossed it in white embossing powder. There we go. Would do that on camera, but I did so many that I don't need to. I've got a load left over, so I don't need to do any more. So I thought I'd skip that stage. There's plenty of my videos where I do heat embossing, so if you want to know about, or just drop me a message and say you don't know how to do it, and I'll happily do a mid video, especially on heat embossing. I think still makes me wonder when you heat emboss and it changes as the powder melts. I think it's still a bit of a miracle. So I'm just going to put that there, and then one of the last things is we're going to tie a bow. So I didn't tie the bow in the ribbon, I put the bow on later. So I'm just going to tie a little bow. Some people have a bit of a problem with bows. This is how I do it. And then you get a nice flat bow, which I quite like. You can pull them in and then tighten them up and then pull them in again, just to get a nice neat little bow. And then trim off the ends. These are my ribbon scissors. I don't use them for anything else, just keeps them nice and sharp to cut ribbon. You'll find if you use scissors that you use on card, they'll soon be too blunt to use on ribbon. And that's just going to stick there. So again, I'm going to stick it with a little bit of tear and tape. I'm just going to put a little bit of tear and tape on the back there and hope that that's enough to hold it down. I think it should be. It's quite strong and the ribbon is very light. Oh, I can't get the backing off. Try with my fingernails. Sometimes my fingernails work better. There we go. Got it. There we go. Right. And right, it's overlapping the ribbon a little bit, so I'm just going to fold that back because this ribbon is slightly less wide, slightly narrower than the crinkle ribbon was. I don't want any of that tear and tape to show. There we go. There we go. There's my bow. And lastly, I'm just going to put on, now I've just seen them. What have I done with them? There they are. These metallic pearls. First time I've ever used this pack on these cards. Haven't used them for anything else. But you've got these little gold pearls, which are just perfect. So I just scattered a few. So I did a couple up here. And a couple on the DSP, the black DSP. And one below here. There we go. And there's my, oh no, I haven't finished. Sorry, thought I'd finished. How much time have I got left? Oh, we've got 3 minutes. Good. Let's just get on now. What have I done with it? Ah, here it is. Okay, inside I stuck another little bit of DSP, a black strip, and then I stamped the B. I might not have time to do all of that. I'm going to very quickly, my camera logs off at 16 minutes, so, and we're on 13, so I've got 3 minutes to do a very speedy bit of crafting. Also, you'll notice my bit of DSP here is shorter than my card base. It's the only piece of this paper that I've got left, so I'm having to go with it and just have a little black little border at the end of it, which I don't think matters too much, but would have been nice if it had fitted all along. But that's the last piece of paper, so I'm going to spend another £45 to get another pack of paper because I love that paper, and I'll be very sad at the end of the celebration if I've used all mine and I don't have any more. Right, cocktail stick. I'm just going to smooth that out because it's a bit blobby and I don't want it to squeeze out when I stick it down. Might have used a little bit too much. There we go. The clue with glue, for the people that were watching, listening before when I was talking about glue, the glue really is less is more. Don't use too much. If you use too much glue, it will spoil, absolutely spoil your project. There we go. And I think we're nearly there. There we go. And lastly, so I'm just going to have to quickly mount the B stamp because I didn't have that ready. Didn't think of that in advance. Find a clear block and get my Mento pad. Oh, this is like speed crafting. There we go. And just stamp well on your memento pad. I inked mine up the other night, so I think it's nice and juicy. There we go. And stamp your bee there. Right, I did it. Did it before my camera gave out. Thanks for watching today. That's me for today. I might be back with another video very soon, so please keep watching. And thanks for watching. Bye bye.